This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117. And you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to the show. This is Xbox Ultimate, episode number 52. Because this is episode 52, that means we have been live with this show for exactly 1 year because we have not missed a week. So
that's not true.
We never missed a week of Xbox Ultimate.
We haven't been. It hasn't been live for 52.
Well, okay. That's the caveat.
I'm just being technical.
The first 16 episodes were not live.
Telling you what's up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been exactly 1 year. We're gonna kind of next week. Psycho's gonna be able to join us, and we kind of have a little bit of look back stuff to celebrate the kickoff of the next year of Xbox Ultimate. But I appreciate everybody in the chat hanging out with us, and we got right now we have 5 of the 7. Pong's on his way.
Pong is no longer on the show. He told us he's getting too big for the podcast, and yeah,
he's got
too famous.
Too famous for us.
Head's got too big.
Pong's too famous. You think?
Yeah.
Head's got too big.
Yeah, he was on RDX. So,
yeah, after he was on RDX, it was over.
Yeah. But we have this group right now, and Pong is on his way. So hey, first in my heart, Kate, what's up, babe?
Nothing much. I'm excited. It feels so weird to not have a guest.
Yeah.
It feels so weird to not have Psycho here. But
that's what's weird.
We miss Psycho.
Yeah.
We miss Psycho.
Mellow fellow.
Pong,
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
Yeah, we miss Psycho. Psycho is actually currently right this minute at a concert in Florida. So shout out to him.
Dave Matthews?
He's at Dave Matthews band concert.
Having a great time.
And it might as well be a Grateful Dead.
And here is live footage.
Yeah. So Psycho. And then we have
Psycho coming in live.
The amazing Lady AF joining us as always. What's up, lady?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk all the fun topics we have, like Halo and more Halo. And maybe some Halo.
I keep tweaking my camera, guys, because I'm just not happy with the color.
I'm
just leave it alone.
Just leave it
look
alone,
like
okay.
me. Like I'm always fucking with my shit. I'm about to get up and close my window right now because it's hot.
It's hot everywhere right now.
It's hot as fuck, yeah.
Then we have the extraordinary AssassinLupa. What's up, Lupa?
It's Friday. It's Xbox Ultimate. Let's go. Lots of discussions to have. Let's kick it off, baby.
We're gonna have a freaking blast because there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about this week. It was a huge week for Xbox. And then we have the amazingly talented one and only 3-Bit. What's up, dude?
I think, did you do this out of order?
Does he ever have an order? Besides the first in my heart
I do the ladies first.
It kind of threw me off. Okay, well, yeah. Hey everyone. How's it going? I've been playing some Halo, and I can't stop. So we're gonna play some tonight.
So that's it, guys. We will see you next week.
All right, guys, that was a good show. Gonna go play some Halo. We'll see you guys. Yep.
So Indy says it's a low humming noise. I don't know. Is that coming from me? Can y'all hear that or no?
He said probably a fan or something. Everybody's gonna think it's him.
I am gonna.
I can't hear anything coming from
I can't hear anything either.
So
I can't hear anything either. It's all down to you, Indy. It's you.
I have my fan on, but if
I can't
was
hear
just
anything.
muted, so if
Yeah.
you
I
were
wonder
if
hearing it
it's
while I
my
was
fan.
muted, then
No, I can't.
Now I'm
hear anything.
paranoid. I do
It's
have
okay,
my fan.
3-bit. We don't want you to sweat.
I mean,
Hey guys, Pong's on his way,
Joseph.
and we'll have some fun with Pong when he gets here and make fun of him for being late because he's like been a workaholic lately. But there's like, oh, those Ray says there's a hum. What the hell's going on? It's got to be my stuff.
All right, now I gotta check.
That's not you
kind of-
guys. It's not you guys because if I can't hear it, they can't hear it. So the only other solution is that it's from me. So I'm gonna try something real quick, guys, and we're gonna see if this works. Is that working, guys? Better? No? Worse? Yes. Everyone always blames Indy.
Should we all mute ourselves so they can?
He said it stops when Mav's audio. No, it's not you. No.
It stops when my audio cuts. Yeah, it's definitely me. But I don't know, like, it's probably my voice meter application. All right.
You're just all messed up today.
I am. My camera's upsetting me. Now my application's upsetting me. So it's on Mad's audio track. Okay, so you're gonna have a moment of silence, real quick, guys, and then we'll see if this works in a second.
Oh, gosh.
Is that any better? I don't feel like it's actually did anything. We'll just fuck it. Okay. Hey, everybody, there's Xbox stuff to talk about instead of dealing with technical difficulties. So we're gonna have some fun with this. And guess what? Halo Infinite flight test came out.
no way.
Yeah.
Never.
It happened.
Don't say.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Whoa.
it's all we've heard for days.
Yeah. It's happening. You know, like people are playing the game, and guess what? It seems like people are actually happy with it. Wow.
Yeah.
People
Well,
are.
what do you know?
Xbox people, PlayStation people aren't very happy.
Well, their opinion doesn't matter. So.
No, exactly.
I feel like everybody here but Lupa's had a chance to play it.
Yes.
And I'm curious of thoughts from you guys. So you know we can start with Lady because I know kind of what 3-bit and Kate think. So
Okay. I really enjoy it. I think that it's consistent. Like everybody kind of all around really likes the gunplay. The sounds are fantastic. I fucked around in that like weapons shit forever, like just trying out the
Like the
different
training.
weapons and trying to get 3 stars on like everything. That's like what I was doing for a while this morning. Last night I felt bad because like I got in and 3-bit had been trying for like 8 hours and I tried like I just like randomly got on and was like, oh, I'm gonna try it real quick and got in and I was like, oops, my bad. It was like my 3rd try. But yeah, it was, I mean, I really enjoy it. I can't wait to go back and play around with it some more tonight. I mean, I want more of the customizations already. So I already know that the battle pass is going to be like a thing because I'm already like eyeing all the fucking things. I love the AI. Like I love the AI, like little quirky, like things that they say like, ha, ha, ha. Like,
oh yeah,
someone.
there's
just
different ones to
fucking
choose
hilarious.
from too. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Overall, like all around, like I cannot wait to play more. I can't wait to play this new map that I haven't gotten to fuck around with. I'm hoping the 4 of us can play after this drunken Halo night. So
Yeah, that'd be
Excited.
fun.
Yeah. Same. I was. Well, I just
did
got
he
out
go
of
to
the-
you?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
I'm just kidding.
wow.
All right, Kate.
No.
no. let's-
No, go ahead, Kate.
No, go. No, you go
Yeah.
3-bit.
Okay. Yeah, I thought like the new map that just came out too, which I'm excited for you guys to try out.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
Is it bigger?
So, Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
Sweet.
It,
Nice.
I kind
the
of like the size
lighting.
of that first one though.
Oh yeah. Like I feel
It
like
made it less
when-
overwhelming, the size of it.
Mhm.
less overwhelming, and the bots, like what the lady was saying, like I really like the bots, and they're harder now, so they're a lot more aggressive. I don't know if you guys have gotten into it when they just added the ODST thing. They're a lot more aggressive. The weapons on the other map, you get to try out the gravity hammer, apparently
Ooh.
the grapple hook, but I haven't
Yeah, I
seen
tried it.
anybody.
Really?
You tried it?
I love how the weapons like rotate.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's actually
Like as you
cool.
spawn
So
in. Like that's one of my favorite things.
yeah, so that way people aren't like oh, this is always going to be there, and it kind
Yeah.
of
Well, I mean,
forces
you
them
always
to-
know where the battle rifle is going to spawn. You just don't know if it's going to be a battle rifle or the
or like something else.
the
Yeah.
other thing. Yeah.
I love it. Like I had a hard time trying to get this game to work when it first was launching. Like I was trying the Insider Hub, and I just got the Infinite the Halo Infinite pending loading screen for a long time, and I was like, you know what, as soon as they left, it worked. Like when Lady went to sleep, when Mo and everybody was in that party, is when everything started working. I'm like, oh well, interesting. Because I went to the Halo Waypoint, which was like closed for a long time, and they had the Steam code on there, and so I grabbed the Steam code and downloaded it, and it immediately worked. And then I went on my Xbox like when I woke up, and it was just like boop, and that worked. So we've been able to get like a lot of good games going. There's some people who haven't even been able to play like the multiplayer, which is weird.
Yeah, Mr. Tushy didn't get invite yet.
Yeah, that really sucked for some of the people who are like huge Halo fans, and they got to go through the program, because I know how that felt for just a day, and that was terrible. So for all the people out there who haven't had the chance to try this, like, sorry. There will be other flights in the future for sure, so just make sure you guys are signed up. But I've been having a good time with it. I want to know what you guys think.
Kate, what do you
I think
think?
it's awesome. I think it's awesome. I love the shooting. I love the AI. Is the AI one of the ones that says like satisfying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, who
Or
is
is that
saying that? I
like-
always hear like satisfying, but I never know.
Is it the announcer, or is it like
That's me.
it's not you?
It's Matt constantly just going every 10 minutes. He's
satisfying.
There's one thing though, like the grenades, like did you guys notice like when you kill someone and their stuff drops, their grenades are like glowing, like
The grenades glow?
orange, and it
I
makes
have
me
none.
it makes me feel like it's like gonna go off or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm
like pay
aboard
attention like
them.
when you kill someone.
Oh yeah, that's
like
what Jasper said. He was like,
the
"I'm
grenades
afraid."
like glow, so I'm not sure if it's like about to go off or what, but it never does. So, but it's just like a little weird. But other than that,
Interesting.
it's awesome. I love the melee. I love the guns. I love that new gun that I can't. The one that we both like, but I can never remember the name of it.
The bulldog, the shotgun,
No, not the-
skewer,
the
right?
skewer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you good with
freaking-
it? Like I was like shooting it right in
Suck
between
with it.
people. Like
I got a direct
Constantly.
shot on someone, and they just.
yeah, that one
Instant
shot
kill.
is fucking killer. Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't found a sniper yet, like on that map. Like I haven't had one spawn for me, so
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't been able to fuck
it's
around with
basically
it.
where the skewer is, like the sniper.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
but-
right in the middle on that ramp.
Yeah.
when
So
you-
it's considered a power weapon.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then they have the Ravager, which I've only played with in like the weapons thing. That was cool.
Oh yeah, it's on the other map.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Play with that.
They
What
had
is
it
that
on the other
one?
map. That's like a how do you describe it? It's like doo, doo, doo.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of like a bouncy type.
No,
like it
you're
kind of
thinking
arches.
that's the other one I thought.
That's
The
the
one where
heat-
it
like a
shoots
heat
off the
wave.
walls. The heat.
No, I'm
wave.
not thinking of the heat wave. It kind of the bullets kind of arch is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so
Um,
kind of like a grenade launcher in a way, or like a
Yeah, it just kind of looks like
rocket launcher.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to go for a different feeling with like the brute guns for the most part. Like the UNSC guns and then the brute guns kind of have like different feelings to both of them. But I remember a lot of people was going to complain about the sprinting and stuff like that. But when I was playing it, the base speed is so fast that the speed, like the sprint, and I remember I was like spamming you guys in the our group chat, but like it's so similar.
And I've seen people calling it a joke, like, oh my god, this technical or this thing is such a joke, and like not even it's running, or you can't even run fast. And like I'm like, dude, they like, and you go back on this guy's page and it's just like days of him being super hyped for it. Yeah. And then like when it comes out, he's like, this is a pathetic joke. I'm like, it's a fucking technical fucking test, dude. What were you expecting, the full fucking game?
Yeah, it doesn't have campaign. I seen a dude, I'm gonna call him out because I think it's just really stupid. Red Dragon, he's saying that it was repetitive. I'm like, dude,
it's one map.
It's one map. It's a technical test, and this is literally the point. The point is to, first off, it's a test.
It's not going to be for
this
everybody.
Is not necessarily actually meant for our enjoyment. It's meant for people that are fans of the game to actually assist with the technicalities of helping the devs with stuff, make the game better for when it launches, right? So like, this is not like, hey guys, you get to play Halo Infinite, go play and have a blast, and we're gonna keep giving you new content, new things.
It's not even a beta or an alpha. Like, it's none of those things.
Everything they're saying is like, hey guys, this is gonna be rough. It's an old build. Please temper your expectations and help us with the dev. Report bugs. Let us know what you find, because we're trying to make. That's what this is about, right? It's not about, hey dude, like, this is made for. Have fun with it if you want to do it. The thing is, I'm having a blast. Fuck, I can't stop playing it.
Yeah, right? I'm having a really good time with it, and just I think the fun of it is just first off playing with your friends and figuring out how the guns feel, and then picturing what that can mean for other maps, and seeing what direction they went with Halo Infinite, because it's like a blend between their version of what they think Halo is, but also the other Halos, like sort of paying homage to the past, and figuring out a good way to evolutionize Halo. Because I think when people go back to like Halo 3, I always hear the complaint like, this feels too slow, or this feels, you know, so, but to me, I love those type of Halos. So what this does for me, is add new mechanics like sprint, and it still has like the clamber where you can like jump on ledges and stuff. But my problem with Halo 5 was they added all these different mechanics, and it like you can boost, you can freaking ground pound, and that's fun, right? We had some good times on Halo 5, but it felt less like Halo and more like its own thing. So what Infinite seems to do is like, okay, we know you like that stuff for some people who are on Halo 5, so let's make that a weapon pickup, or like a pickup in general, rather than it's a part of your Spartan, which I think is like a good good balance to everything. Because there's going to be thrusts apparently, where you can just like sort of boost around, but that's going to be like a pickup. So I think that's a good way to balance the old Halo and the new Halo. Now we got Pong in here. Hey Pong.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
What's up, man? How's it going, dude?
What's going on? It's
welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Sorry I'm late, everybody.
Yeah, we were waiting for you, and I was like, we shouldn't wait for him.
No, you guys should never wait for me. Ladies, right.
Said he was gonna come in hot, and then I was like,
you said coming in hot, and I was like, I think that means like
week?
he's coming in like hot, like Pong hot, like he's coming in like I'm here to talk.
Every week.
He's wearing Polo Sport.
Yeah,
no,
dig the shirt, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
it's close enough.
Hey, dude, have you had a good day?
It's been a long ass week, so it is awesome to see all your smiling faces. That's all I got to say. So that's for damn sure.
Tell us what you think about Halo, man. Did you get to play it?
Nope, have not had a chance to play because I've been at work all fucking day. So I definitely will be jumping into that probably at some point this weekend. So, but I was watching Mav stream. I watched a couple other people stream, and it looks crazy good. Again, like we've been talking about, it has a chance this year to be the biggest, shooter, especially with it being free to play, to grab back everything that they kind of lost a little bit, and it's going to remind everybody why Halo is so damn big. That's for sure. So I'm excited. I can't wait to try it. It looks fast, looks smooth. Everybody's been talking about it like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So I can't wait to see. So.
I don't know. I had some buttered toast today, and it reminded me how fucking good sliced bread was.
I agree.
Buttered toast today too.
I'm a bread fanatic, so I'm a
Are
bread
you?
fanatic. So, oh yeah.
I'll fucking.
I usually eat low carb bread, and it's like spongy and gross, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
not the
not
same.
good. And
Not the
today
same.
I had like
I don't like the loaves of bread from the grocery store. I'm like a bread snob.
oh, you have to have like fancy bread.
I like
Yes.
good bakery.
Good bakery bread. I had brioche
Yeah.
bread today. Like had brioche bread, so it was like thick and sweet, and it was good.
I like it if it's bread. That's about my only requirement. Lupa, did you like have any thoughts over what you've been seeing from? Because I know you've been watching. I know you haven't been able to get to play, but you have played quite a bit of Halo multiplayer now with us, right? And so I feel like you may have an opinion on some of the stuff that you've seen.
Well, from what I've seen and what I've heard from everybody, it's looking good. And I'm glad you're all enjoying it. And I hope that you all still carry on having fun for the rest of the weekend. But yeah, no, the guns look cool. The way you're moving it looks cool. I can only see from what I've seen, like watching. So I can't say it actually plays, but you all tell me it's brilliant. So that's good enough for me. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm just glad everybody's happy, apart from the poor people that haven't been able to get in. That's sad.
She got to be in the party last night with me.
Yeah,
Well,
I was party
playing.
with Lady
Oh, yeah.
and 3-bit. Like I went in to tell 3-bit something and then just stayed for a bit and then left. But like, yeah, it was. It's so fun to hear everybody else having fun and to watch people having fun. I just love that. So.
Yeah, I feel like
it looks really good, actually. I can't wait to play it, but I'm gonna have to. So
I feel like
if I'd have got in, oh my god, that would have been a travesty.
Oh no, you
Can
need
you
to get in, Lupa.
Imagine me getting in and poor old Mike not. I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
Next time you
you.
got to try and get in because we want to play with you.
Okay.
I feel like it's a testament kind of to this game and what they've achieved, that it's appeasing like players that aren't really into Halo, as well as it's appeasing the hardcore Halo players. And also, we've all been playing, except for just a couple hours ago, one map for an entire day, over and over and over again, and not even against real people, against bots, right? And
didn't stop Kaitlin from teabagging those bots, though. That's all I got to say.
She loves teabagging. It doesn't matter if it's
clam slamming.
Ran by batteries.
It's a
or if
taco
it's got a
tap.
heart,
Excuse me.
Taco tap.
Taco tap.
But like for people to like sit there and play the same map for like 10 hours, you know what I mean, and just have fun, it's a testament to the game just being fun, right? It works. The movement speed and the movement period is my biggest takeaway, because that's always been one thing that people always are like, oh, it needs to be faster, or you need sprint, or you need aim down sights, you don't need aim down sights. Well, they like balanced all that and like kind of met in this perfect sweet spot, I think. And I don't know how much work went into figuring that out, but the way the mechanics work with sprinting and non-sprinting with the base movement speed up, and then all of that is absolutely perfect. The guns feel good. They have some unique new ones in there, but they have the classic favorites that feel even better than they've ever felt, you know? So there's a lot to love with this, and I can't wait to see like big team battle matches later on, like 12 on 12. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Did they add new maps yet?
There's one new map they added so far. Yeah, and they upped the bot difficulty level as well.
Which is fucking good because we were winning like. What?
Yeah, I didn't lose one.
No.
I had some bad games though, like, but I got baked as fuck, and I was trying to play. It wasn't good. Yeah.
All right, so can somebody read this super chat? Because I don't know what this word is.
I was really
out. Thank you for the code
I knew what
say
you were
it.
thinking, 3-bit.
It says, okay, non sequitur
I'm a good person.
panel, Autobots or deceptions, question mark.
Decepticons.
Sorry. I know what I was trying to say.
I didn't know the
Decepticons.
sequitur.
Sequitur.
I'm Autobot
I was
guy
about to grab
all the way.
I was about to grab that code.
Decepticons, baby.
Decepticons all the way, baby.
Like I will say, like Soundwave has a free pass for me. You know, like Soundwave, freaking love Soundwave, and you know he's like tied with all of my favorites, right? But as far as like overall, I'm going Autobots.
Hey, wait, what is so what?
Sequitur?
I thought they were talking about like a squirter or something.
It's French.
Non-squirter panel.
Yeah,
Non
well,
it's off topic is basically what it means. It means something that's
It means
not.
it's not being
Sequitur.
talked about at the moment.
There you
because
go.
to ask
Jordan's
the
got
question.
it.
Non sequitur.
Sequitur.
Yeah,
It's
Lil Ray Ray,
French.
and that's from that is $2
good
super
job,
chat
Jasper.
from Lil Ray Ray CMBR. Thank you, sir.
Little Ray
Appreciate
Ray.
that. Okay,
could've been
it's
mine,
Latin.
Kate.
Hey, I know Latin.
Congrats, Jasper.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Latin.
Cloud, for dropping that code.
Oh, congrats,
That
Jasper.
apple slice
Did you
could've
see
been mine.
3-bit when
I
Cloud
love
dropped that code?
He
And
like
3-bit
went
had to
I had a
sub
moment.
it?
quick.
I had a moment.
It's like, do I approve it or do I take
Do
it for
I?
myself?
Like, because when this is what happens when we see like different comments, like if you're a mod, we have to like approve it. But I saw the code, I'm like, ooh, I could not approve it. Get the code. Put
That wouldn't be
I just
obvious
had-
at all.
I just had a moment.
So you haven't
Okay.
thought this through at all.
No.
No, not
When
at
does
all.
he ever think anything through?
I just had the moment.
Just
okay.
does it.
Yeah, and thanks, Cloud, for dropping that code.
Yeah, that's
as
awesome,
always,
man.
man. You rock.
Thanks, Claude.
So Halo Infinite seems like they're on the right track. You know, like I can't wait to play more tonight after the show. Try and get more matches in with that other map because I was using the grapple shot, and it's like the other pickups.
Where
it
is
has
it?
uses.
Where the
It was
heck
like against a wall, kind of.
Mhm.
And I had a thought. I want to recreate the trailer scene because this is the map where he throws the grenade and the sword pops over and he grabs it in the air, you know?
Mhm.
I want to throw a grenade at that spot and have a weapon pop onto me like when I'm running and grab it and use it. Like and
I tried
record,
it
and try and
a
record
little
that.
bit with the because that's where the gravity hammer is right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I did it for a little bit, but I got impatient and I just ran up to it and grabbed
Yeah.
it.
I fell
so
down the
we'll
pit
try that.
like trying to grab it once on accident.
Yeah.
Is the grapple shot in play or no?
It is on the new map, but
It
the
is?
interesting
Okay.
thing is it has uses. Like it's not like unlimited use, right? So like when I picked it up, I could use it 3 times.
Oh,
So it's like
okay.
the other pickups, right? But I don't know, like in the campaign, I don't know if it'll be like
It'll probably be
limited or it'll
unlimited.
be unlimited or what. I think in the campaign it'll probably be open. So that like yeah, it seems like we're on the track with Halo.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to take a second to have a couple of maybe a little rant moment here. Okay. So bear with me, guys. I speak for myself. I do not speak
your
for anybody
show.
else on
It's your
the
show.
panel.
Let's go.
Okay. I as you guys know, I have a PS5 now, which I wanted. I'm super glad I have it. I'm super glad I have it. I've been having some fun with it. But Man, if some shit ain't 2013 on this thing. But now what I mean is I couldn't figure out like where's my saves, right? Like I was trying to play games that I own, and I was really all my games are starting from like I've never played them before. Well, on the PS4 and stuff, they had an option where everything backs up to the cloud. So I figure, you know, your saves are just going to be kind of like Xbox, going to pull from the cloud, and you're going to be able to play stuff and pick up. So I figured, oh shit, I messed up, and my saves are gone, right? So I'm gonna have to start all these games over again. Well, thankfully to somebody on Twitter, they were helpful and actually walked me through the steps where I go manually download all my saves for the 200 games that I own on PlayStation, right? And I was thinking, like, we've had this auto cloud save functionality on Xbox since 2012, 2013 or so, where no matter where you are, what you're playing on, it's automatically pulling up your save for your game that you're currently playing. Is this like one of Xbox's most underappreciated features? Because that feature alone allows for things like xCloud, right? It allows for crossplay on PC, right? It allows for all of these different experiences where the Xbox has this ecosystem where you can play anywhere, right? Without that, is it even really possible? What if you have to download your saves everywhere you go? If you have 3 or 4 PlayStations in your house, how do you deal with that? Do you constantly have to upload and then download? Because the way they're doing it right now is it's using it as a backup, right? It's just like backing up your saves. It's not pulling from that constantly.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's putting this focus, like where when I ask the question and people are answering, it's like, oh no, PlayStation has auto cloud saves. It's like the same. It's made me realize how many people don't realize what the feature that Xbox has and how it's different. So
yeah.
Is there like maybe 3-Bet as a tech guy? Do you think maybe you could explain for everybody how Xbox's cloud save functionality differs from anybody else out there?
I mean, Anime sort of said it, like it's been in there since 2008. So like there's some quality of life features in Xbox that we just sort of like, you know, we expect, and we just play a game and it's just there. When I first did get my PlayStation 5, I was like, why does this look so different? Like I played Miles Morales, and I realized I was playing the PS4 version of the game, and it like, I don't know, then we have on Xbox the smart delivery, where it just automatically gives you the best version of the game. It's like small things like that, and it is not like a tech thing, but it's just when you're playing a game, it's just easy to have features like that. And I don't know, I do know what you're saying with the whole cloud thing, because I had to move all of my games from my game saves from the PS4 to the PS5, and I had to physically have my PS4 there to do that. And they gave several options to do that. You can like take your PS4, and I think you can hook up some maybe it's USB or Ethernet or something from the PS4 to the PS5.
Yeah.
And you wait for it to
or through your Wi-Fi.
Through your Wi-Fi or something like that. And it's like multiple steps, right, to try and do the same thing, where on Xbox just like turn it on sort of thing. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, if you're on the PlayStation and that is your baby, that is your thing, that these steps may not seem like a lot, because you're like, oh, I just have to turn on my PS4, turn on my PS5, I connect the games, and then I transfer it. And to you, it may not seem a lot, but when you're on Xbox and you have something to compare it to, that's when you realize like, oh, actually, I would prefer it to be that way. But for the people in that ecosystem, it's not going to seem like a lot, I don't think, if that makes sense. If you're like dove into that ecosystem, then you're just like, oh, I just have to do it A, B, C, D, E, F, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
it's
I think.
like you only have to pay $10 for this. Oh, it's just $10.
Yeah, but
It's
like,
it is what it is, right?
Yeah, Lupa.
I was just gonna say, it's like the reason that we've got back comp on the X and the other consoles and PlayStation haven't. It's the same situation.
Yeah, with the
They were
whole like
always geared
devs
up
and stuff.
for it. They were always geared up for it. So
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation aren't and weren't geared up for it.
It's just like, I feel like I couldn't really speak on some of this stuff before I had, you know, before I had my PS5, and I'm not one to like, I'm not trying to ram that into the ground, right? But it's just like, there's so many quality of life things that we have on Xbox that I think get taken for granted, especially because there's a lot of people that don't even understand this stuff. Like, people have never played in the Xbox ecosystem just don't understand what the difference is, and that's why I'm bringing it to attention. Because if there is anybody out there, I know this is the Xbox podcast, so there's not likely somebody out there that's listening to this that isn't already understand this from Xbox. But the main difference for me is Xbox is using your cloud saves as the tool to upload to your device every time you play. So you're not only downloading your install to the cloud, or uploading to the cloud, you're also playing off of that cloud save, right? Whereas on PlayStation, you're saving to the hardware, and then at night, sometime, whatever, it's just backing it up into the cloud. So that way, in case you ever screw something up, you have a backup, right? That's like the main differentiator for me. It's not like a functionality of use, it's a functionality of in case something happens, you have your save, right? And it's also behind a paywall. So if in the meantime, in all these months, I didn't have my PlayStation, if I had accidentally left my PS Plus subscription slip, I would have lost all 211 save files, which is, That's glad exactly I kept paying. Right. Anybody have any thoughts on this, Pong? Or?
Well, I mean, I think 3-Bit personally hit it right on the head. It is something that you don't realize that you're missing something until you experience it, right? Because a lot like, you know, Quick Resume. Let's take, for example, like when Quick Resume was first announced, right? A lot of people were like, well, it sounds like cool, great, thanks, whatever else. Now look at how big Quick Resume has become, right? You just don't realize it. And as a guy, you know, I knew about cloud saves, obviously, because I was on 360. Yeah. But when I switched over to PS4 at the beginning of last gen, it didn't have an Xbox One for the first half of the gen. I didn't realize, you know, that there was anything different. I didn't have all those saves that I needed to bring down, you know, from PS4 when they announced that you could cloud save. I just turned it on automatically, assuming that it all transferred or whatever else when I first got the PS4. And I kind of left it like that. But then when I got the Xbox One later in the gen and started experiencing all these quality of life functions that were there, because again, on Xbox One, all of a sudden I had some 360 games that I had my saves to, right? And I was like, oh, well, this is cool. And of course, backwards compatibility and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, this is pretty darn cool. This is easy. And then I started finding out that, you know, the PlayStation 4 wasn't actually necessarily doing the cloud saves automatically, right? That I was going to have to push them all there. So when I went to sell my PS4, when I was moving into the current gen, then I had to go back and make sure that I manually pushed all those saves up there, right? And then I found out, oh, by the way, after I let my, you know, my PS Plus expire, that I was going to have to renew within, you know, a certain amount of time in order to keep those cloud saves. And by this point, I'm fully vested into Xbox, and I'm like, what is this, right? I'm like, what is this archaic thing you're talking about here? Why Why is this a thing, right? So I think that, again, it's something that we are used to, but we have a whole generation of people that grew up on Sony only, right? PlayStation only. They never had the 360 experience and got that when they did, add the cloud saves. They never had any of that. So they're just used to what PlayStation offers them. So a lot of people don't realize these quality of life experiences and how big they are. And again, we've seen it time and time again. Everybody, again, when we started talking about smart delivery, how many people said it was just a buzzword? It was advertising, marketing. Oh, Sony's got the same thing. PlayStation does the exact same thing. This is just Xbox's way of trying to make theirs seem cooler or whatever the case may be. Now look at it. Now everybody's like, oh, okay. Now I kind of get it, right? So I think that's just where that comes from. And I can obviously understand, Matt, your frustration coming from, you've owned all consoles, but again, being so vested in the Xbox and getting used to that setup and that quality of life, and then all of a sudden getting the PS5 and going, what? Why do I have to do all this manually? Why is this so difficult?
It's like you're going backwards in some ways. Right. Now, the game, there's great games, right? Yep. And so why I've always owned PlayStations, right? But functionality wise, services wise, it's like 2013, 2012. Right. It's like going back into the 360 generation with a lot of the way the systems work. Right?
Well, look how long it was with Sony before you could even change your gamer tag, right? On Sony. I mean, look at how long it took them just to get that fixed. I mean, how many people were clamoring for that for years? Yeah, it's just a different. That stuff just doesn't seem to take priority when they're thinking about all of their, when they think about the gen or when they think about building a system, they're not thinking about that stuff. Whereas Xbox this whole entire time has been thinking about what they need to do to build the back end, the infrastructure and everything that they need, because they have such big, giant plans in the future for the cloud, which we're seeing realized now. But I'm talking about back when they started all this, they already had the vision and the forethought to think about that stuff and say, hey, we're going to need this functionality. Whereas Sony has not been thinking about that because they've remained the same, and they kind of have gone with the classic, setup, right? They weren't thinking that far ahead that the cloud was going to be important, that all these kind of functionality was going to actually have impact now. They obviously weren't looking that far ahead or just had no plans for it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And plus the whole party chat thing where PlayStation just added party chat, which is something again.
It's always been a thing that's been so just my biggest pet peeve about PlayStation is the partying, the playing with your friends. It's been a thing since Destiny for me, because when Destiny came out, we all thought it was going to be Xbox was going to get all the kind of exclusives because Bungie had that kind of relationship with Xbox. So it was a surprise when they went to PlayStation. So all my friends switched to PlayStation and got that. And then I didn't have one right at launch. I stuck with my Xbox. And then when I finally did get a PlayStation and went on there to play it, the interface was weird. The trying team up with parties was weird, and everybody was loving it. And I'm like, how are you guys enjoying trying to have these parties when it's just it was just ridiculous. I was I don't get it. It was just so odd. And I think that was one of it's always been my biggest pet peeve about PlayStation is just the communication and the online friend functionality. It was something that was harder for me to navigate. I don't know if it's because I came from Xbox and so easy, it's just so easy with Xbox to do those things that I just always had gripes with it when it came to PlayStation. So even when I got PlayStation, and I'm in a PlayStation only clan, I was in a PlayStation only clan.
Is that Rezo?
Yes, I'm in Rezo.
Oh, I didn't know that was PlayStation.
Yeah, they were on now it's PC as well, and they're in Xbox. They dabble in Xbox, but originally when Destiny came out it was PlayStation only, and they let me in, and I'm played with them 2 times on PlayStation. I'm no, I'm gonna still main on Xbox. Sorry, because this is fucking weird. I just didn't like it. That and the controller. The controller's never been my favorite because I have big man hands. But
well, to your point too, so Tribes of Midgard just came out, right? And it was a game that they were pushing with their marketing at E3 and at the last PlayStation event that they had, right? and it looked great. Like, a lot of people are excited about this game. At least I thought, right? But so I bought it, and then come to find out there's no crossplay between PC, which is the primary platform. That
I
came from,
know.
and which is you bought it for PC, right? So there's no crossplay between PC and PlayStation. And then the other thing is nobody's playing it. And in fact, there's not even anybody that reviewed it for PlayStation. So even if you go and look at reviews for the game, there's like no reviews for the PlayStation version, and nobody's playing it. So this is a social online game that you pretty much can't play by yourself, because even though they say you can, let's be real, like, you play that game, you're going to get killed if you try playing it by yourself. There's just no social aspect there, right? And I feel like that's a game that if it had lived on Game Pass, everybody would be freaking playing and talking about that game right now, and it would have this huge thriving online community, right? And that's like the power of Game Pass, where right now it's like I don't even see anybody talking about it. And it was marketed. It was marketed at their events, and it's a good game. Like, I think it's a good game. It's just weird things like that kind of, and then the other thing, if we can go ahead and roll into this, because we'll get through to talking about the other games and stuff I want to talk about from Xbox. But does Xbox look like geniuses now for the storage expansion card?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
For sure.
Like, back when they had revealed this thing, oh my gosh, it's so expensive, oh my gosh, like, how's it, it's so crazy, how can they expect people to pay this much money for storage and stuff? Well,
I was saying this on the party chat earlier, but
yeah,
the PlayStation 5 was just rushed. It really was. There's certain things about it that would have
just confirmed
simply benefited from just making it good the first time, like in terms of like how the SSD, like they're giving like PC instructions to people who are casual players. Like, these people are not going to know how to put on thermal paste on an SSD card, or look at these instructions like, oh, let me lift up this.
You say the word thermal to me, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not a tech guy.
And then on top of like everything, you are basically warning people that if you put this SSD in and it bricks your console, that they are not held responsible. Like,
yeah,
it's just too much. It's
a
just
lot.
Too much shit. It is a lot.
And I think like the people who like back it, like, I mean, good for you. Like, I mean, I guess you're right. It's not that hard. Like, it's really not that hard, but it could be so much easier. Like,
yeah, but like,
that's the point. It could be so much easier. Like, I don't know. That's not something I'm going to do. It's like, I've always had those like things about like, even with the phones and stuff, they're like, oh, if you open this, you're not going to be able, I'm like always so like weird about it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to fucking open it, because what if they won't take it from me anymore? I don't know. I just think that it's just such a weird way to do it. And the like, we're not liable if you add this. Like, what's the point in having this relationship with Seagate and this like these things if you're not going to, try to, I don't know.
And I feel like the only argument for it has been like backfiring in their face too, because the one thing that we're saying, a lot of people were like, well, it's going to allow for more competition because of being more open, it's going to allow for the prices to drop, and you're going to have more options, and that's going to allow for you to put a cheaper hard drive into your system. Well, it turns out at launch there was not even one that was usable, and the feature 8 months later is just now getting implemented. So 8 months later, after we've already had the storage expansion cards, right? So 8 months has already gone by. Now the first ones that come out that say that it's actually usable on the PS5 is $275 for 1 terabyte. That's the same size as the one that originally launched for Xbox at $220. And guess what? We're seeing those on sale all the time for $180 to $200 now, right? Yeah. So if you look at how often, I feel like every week I see somebody post, expansion cards on sale here, $180, right? If you take that into account, right, $180 compared to $275, that's almost $100 difference already. And later this year, Xbox is going to have third party other people be making the expansion cards and stuff and other storage solutions for the system. So it was just like another example of something called foresight. Xbox having foresight into technology and what needs to happen in order to make a functional, usable device for the foreseeable future, right?
Well, and with Sony, again, it happens with every company. We see it in different ways, right? With the PS3, we saw the cell processor. With Xbox One, we saw, the multimedia device aspect with, Connect and all that kind of stuff, right? Sometimes companies overcomplicate, overthink, or over-engineer things. Another point to this is that they can't even guarantee that you're going to get the same actual performance out of one of these that you would out of the internal, right?
Because it's a slower speed, actually.
Correct. So great, you put all this R&D into your SSD, you promote the hell out of it, right? The internal SSD, you call it a game changer. You say it's going to show up, as we've talked about, Mav, behind the scenes, and I think we probably talked about on the show 3-bit as well. Psychonauts and everybody, I think, has talked about it at one point or another. Who's going to take advantage of that internal SSD? It's only going to be your first party. The third parties making multi-plats are not going to take advantage of the SSD.
And another point to that, Pong, is those first party games, if they plan on bringing those games to PC, they can't do that.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's the whole thing.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I'll just finish up. I just think that, again, this is overthinking on Sony's part. They tried to gain an advantage knowing that they weren't going to have the power advantage whenever that happened. Again, the stories are all out there. Believe what you want to believe. If they were going to come out in 2019 and then heard what Xbox was doing and scrapped it and said, we got to go back, we got to overclock, whatever the case may be, whatever happened during that time frame. Obviously, they wanted to make the SSD their biggest advantage. So they did that. But then they came up with this absolutely crazy solution in a console that is already hot, and you're going to add an SSD internally to it that we already know SSDs get extremely hot. This was a formula for failure. And now you create this tiny slot that does not even fit every single one out there. You tell people who have to go shopping for a SSD for the first times in their lives, for people who have never had a PC, right? Or who have never built a PC, never put in an SSD. They got to go shopping for an SSD for the first time. And they're not going to know whether or not it comes with a heatsink. And if they don't realize that, then they got to go buy a heatsink, and they might be the wrong size heatsink, and then you can't fit it in there. There's so many. This is
Happens to the best of us.
Right. It's when it comes to consumer items, especially consoles and stuff, electronics like this, you want to make them as convenient as possible for the average user. Now, this may not be a problem for I'm not the biggest tech guy, but I could probably figure out how to do this, right? That's not going to be a big problem. But when you're talking about the average consumer out there, they're not going to know what they're doing, okay? And I understand a lot of people are correct in saying, look, most people are never going to expand their memory, right? You're right. It probably won't happen. A lot of people never expanded their memory on PS4, except for the hardcore people. But what if we get down to year 6 of this generation? All of a sudden the games are bigger, and all of a sudden that hard drive is filled up, and little Timmy goes to mom and says, Mom, I'm out of memory. I need more memory. Can you get me memory can you get me something for Christmas so I can put more games on my PS5? Mom's going to go and ask what she needs, and they're going to try to explain this to her. And they're going to bring her over to the computer section and say, look, and she's going to be like, no, I have a PS5. They'll be like, yeah, we get you have a PS5, but this is the memory you got to use, right? Whereas if somebody goes into the store and says, hey, my kid's complaining, he doesn't have enough memory, what do you got for the Xbox? They're going to be like, here you go. So what you do, you pop it in the back slot. You're good to go. This is all you got to do.
Hopefully even cheaper soon, because the patent is up now,
right?
Tomorrow, August,
something like that.
The end of July, at the beginning of August, the patent is up. So hopefully we're going to get it generic some off-brand expansion cards, which
come on,
is
China. Come on, China.
I'm holding out for it. I'm like, I'll take my off-brand generic shit, yo. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Save $10.
So no, I just think that it comes down to convenience when it comes to this. I think Sony overthought this. They got out-engineered. And again, I don't think this is some console war BS. If you really just take a step back, again, for those of us that can just take a step back and look at things realistically and just say it for what it is, they got out-engineered this generation, period. It happens. It happens to the best of them. It's happened to everybody. they just plain got out engineered by Xbox. Jason Rottle and his team came up with everything that they could to make the most powerful console. Again, you can argue that all day long, whatever. I don't care. It's technically the most powerful console out there, but also added all this convenience, added all these quality of life features on top of what they already had, and built a great system. And Sony's just pales in comparison. I'm not talking about games. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. Just saying overall, the experience just pales in comparison when you look at those two side by side. And that's it. It happens. It really does. So,
yeah, I feel like I try to be careful with my words, but sometimes it's just like what pops in my head, right? Yeah. So I feel like the Xbox has this like social booming kind of community and experience going with it right now that is backed by super quality hardware, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly feel right now that even though the PS5 is the best place to play the PlayStation games, it feels like a lonely place to play. And
It's always been that
and
way.
it also it feels like it's the system to play their games, but it doesn't feel like the system is enhancing my experience at all in any other ways. So that's just bottom line, like how I honestly feel about it after having it for a few weeks now and playing on it. Like the Tribes of Midgard things, like absolutely disappointing. I could get on there and go with randoms. I even put on Twitter, hey, anybody playing Tribes of Midgard?
And it's such a hard game to play solo, I hear.
It is.
I haven't even tried it out yet.
I can't get anybody.
It's so hard. And you can't get a refund because it's Sony.
Yeah. Doesn't it have crossplay, Mav?
Nope. It doesn't have crossplay. Wilmy put like nearly like 10 to 15 hours into the game on PC, and he didn't like it and he refunded it. But he bought it on PlayStation as well, and he cannot get a refund.
Yeah, it's so hard to get
on
refunds on PlayStation.
It's
Xbox is the place for community, good gaming, and to mess with your friends. And PlayStation is to play solo games only.
That's honestly the way it feels right now.
It's a thing. It's
like the way it's been for a long time.
It's always been a thing. I mean, but that's why it was so surprising when Destiny decided to join up with them, because Destiny was supposed to be this co-op like MMO thing, like, and even then the just functionality of doing all of that co-op stuff on PlayStation has always just been kind of a confuddled like mess. Like I've talked about it on Twitter, and I've had so much pushback from like Sony, like whoa, 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 and I'm just like, whoa, like I'm sorry. So you're actually like saying that it's easy, that it's like
I think
a one-step process.
Bungie has such an interesting history with like who the companies they've been partnering with. I think they really just wanted to distance themselves from Microsoft, and they didn't realize how good they had it when they were with Microsoft, because when they went to Activision, they're like, ooh, that was not the best. And when they were with PlayStation,
with Activision, they were with PlayStation because Activision was with
and now there's rumors that they want to be back with Microsoft. So it's a thing, right? Xbox has always been like pretty good with like their online services,
and Bungie's a fucking excellent, like, I mean, that's top tier fucking dev team in my eyes. I mean, maybe I'm just fucking a fangirl, but I love Bungie.
People can hate on Destiny, but like there's a loyal
I love Destiny. I love Halo. I mean, I love what Bungie has done to the fucking video game industry. So for me, it's just one of the like, it's one of the like teams that is, you know, when anybody asks me like, oh, your favorite, you know, who's your favorite developer team, like that's the one I think of first. It's not, you know, a lot of these other ones. It's Bungie, because Bungie has just brought so much change and stuff, and they're communicative, and you don't hear too much like negative shit coming out of the fucking Bungie world. Like they're pretty chill. I have very, very close friends that work with them too, so I think maybe that's also like sways my.
Well, to your point too, lady, like you talk about Bungie's done great things for the gaming industry. If you want to talk about what's maybe started off this Xbox social aspect to begin with, it was the launch of Xbox Live and Halo 2.
And and that was just hand in hand, like Bungie was there. It was it was they've just changed the face of gaming. When you look at a developer like them, I just feel like they had these ideas, they had a great team, and you know, they've gone from like this small, like kind of smaller thing to like this huge thing that a lot of developers want to be a part of. Like, I mean, people strive to be on Bungie. I mean, maybe not right now because they don't have the partnerships and stuff like that. They're on their own. But I mean, if they join back up with Microsoft, I can only imagine the things and the places that they will go. Like, imagine that acquisition, like Microsoft, but you know, gets Bungie back. Like,
Yeah,
if
there's been
Bungie
rumors
has
about
this
it.
other
Insane.
game,
Yeah.
they have this game in the works right now. It's on the side. We don't even know what it is. I can just see that doing fantastic things.
I could definitely see that happening when you look at what Phil is playing every single day. He's always playing Destiny 2. You look at like the different games he's playing. But yeah, Bungie is definitely a strong team. Like, again, people can like hate on it and say like, oh, I hate Destiny 2, it's too repetitive or not enough missions or whatever
It has its
argument is.
market, obviously.
But
Got
people love it.
millions of people who are still playing it. So
Yeah. And I think the gameplay was solid from what I played. I unfortunately can't play it as much.
I think you
'cause
just
my-
need to try again. I'm so behind. I'll try it with you.
I'll try. I have to like fix my router stuff, and figure that out. But
Bill was playing a lot of the Ascent last night, by the way.
oh yeah, we definitely should talk about Ascent.
Well, yeah, that was
Yeah, we have
actually our
Ascent
next
on.
thing.
It's on our agenda here tonight.
That is
guys.
absolutely the next thing we were going to be talking about. But I wanted to make one quick note. Like, if you also, if you experience matchmaking online in gaming today, that was pretty much Bungie's creation with Max Holberman. So, you can thank them for a lot of things. But yeah, going into the Ascent. Because I was on Boom's show this morning for Breakfast with Boom. Shout out to Boom, Double Barrel Gaming. And he had pointed out some of the reviews that the game got. And man, somebody gave it a 3 out of 10. And
Yeah.
it's like, I understand like opinions, you know, I understand, you know, people maybe not liking things or not, but there's a certain point when you just lose like journalistic integrity, like when you like can't look at something and actually grade it based on like just you know what I mean, like graphically, you know, like there's a lot of great things about some of this stuff. So that like what are people scoring these games on? But besides that, because I talked about that this morning, but like wow, I've been having a lot of fun with that game. It's actually pretty mind-blowing, like destructible environments, the colors, the characters everywhere in the town, the guns feel great. It has co-op. There's been some bugs here and there, you know, but overall been a great experience. Lady, have you had a chance to try it out yet?
I have not. No, I plan on trying it next week. I kind of already had a team set up to play it when it was launched and stuff like that. So, or when we like as it's been building. So we're gonna start it when Cloud gets back and play through a little bit of it. So I'm excited to try it. I like Cyberpunk Worlds. I dig the vibe of it. I've heard off things, and I think that when you're looking at games like this, and I mean, I hate to say it and I hate to be like that person, but people look at Game Pass games like they have to be amazing. Like we've seen it time and time again. Like if it's on Game Pass, they expect it to be like fantastic. And then if it's not, it gets a shittier end of the stick. I feel like it's like people give it more shit. Like they give it more shit. Yeah. Or like MLB The Show or Outriders. I mean, even Outriders deserved it. But even then, like it had like more of a target on its back. And I think with a game like this, when you're looking at it for what it is, and the negative feedback I've heard, it could still be good for certain people. Like it's not like it's a game that's absolute shit. It's just probably a game that's not for everybody. Like Flight Simulator. Like that's a game that's been on the thing this week. Like people
Yeah.
have been talking about it. Like people literally were powering this game up, playing it for 15 minutes and being like, oh, this game is stupid and it's fucking, you know, Game Pass fodder and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, what? It's a simulator. Like it's been like, we know that simulators aren't for everybody. Like I know that 3-bit's not going to fire up lawn fucking mower simulator anytime soon, but I know that that is a niche market that people out there are like, yeah, like I am so excited for this. It's like for me and my farming RPGs, like I know that that genre isn't for everybody. It's not. I get it. Like nobody wants to go out there and fucking date potpourri and fucking come back and pull her turnips. Like that's just something it's a market out there. It's a thing. Roguelikes, that's another one. I had this tweet where I was talking about it all, and I'm like, I'm so like, I get so pissed off at the gaming community as a whole when they go on these rants like, oh my god, this game is stupid and it's boring. I'm like, well, what the fuck did you expect? Were you like planning on getting in the plane and like shooting other planes down? Were you
Which would be awesome.
What did you expect? Like I don't get it, and I don't get why people come just to hate on that game. Like I mean, that's been a popular franchise for fucking years, like years. So I just it fucking pisses me off. I think it's the same thing with this Ascent. Like I think it's not for everybody. It's not going to be the game that's for everybody. Like it's just not. Diablo's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Like
This is a twin stick shooter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a twin stick
And
shooter.
it's
It's
made-
not gonna be for everybody, guys.
It's made by 11 people and it's their debut game. Give them a freaking break.
It's very good for a debut game too.
It looks beautiful from what I've seen. I
It's
can't
the
wait to dive
colours.
into it.
The colors are amazing, lady, and that like with all that's going on screen, you would think that there would be some glitches and stuff, but you know, it runs smoothly when you're in it. Yes, there are some problems. There's a few bugs. It crashes occasionally for no reason. You can't invite your friends on screen like it says you can. It just flips you to settings. And if somebody leaves and somebody else wants to come in, you have to go to the main menu and restart with them, because you can't just invite like you should be able to, where they just take place, like, you know, swap. So other than that, though, the actual gameplay and the way it's playing and the story that's running through it is really good for a debut game. You know, yeah, they're going to have to do a couple of gig update to make these little bugs go away, but they're not bugs within the game. They're only bugs joining the game and that sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
And I
Like
think
inviting friends.
a lot of it's co-op based from what I've seen. People were complaining about co-op. There's only one auto save spot. So if you're playing a solo game and then you join your friends in a co-op
That's not
game, your
true.
auto save gets wiped.
No.
So
that's not true.
that was like,
No.
I
I've
think
got 3 saves on there.
that was due to a
No, auto save.
preview build. I think the build that they had in the reviews doesn't match the day one game. I think.
Oh, okay. I think
That's what I've
I think
heard.
it was in your chat. I don't know. I saw it in chat and I was like,
There
oh,
was
there's
somebody
only
that
one
was saying
auto
that.
save.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some
but
people that were saying that,
they're
and it was from a Eurogamer review, I think, and
Yeah.
and that kind of spread throughout Twitter and everywhere. But we haven't experienced, like, I don't know exactly how the system works. I'm just being honest. But I've played with Jasper. I've played with 3-bit. I've played with Lupa. I've played
I've
with.
played it 4 times now.
Um,
And I've got a save that's single player.
Well,
that
I think that's
played
why
on
you just
my
need a
own.
save yourself. Like, stop fucking
Yeah,
relying
well,
on
no,
your
you
auto
don't.
saves. It's fucking 2021, guys. Get fucking good.
Yeah, but the thing is that it did this for me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, you
I
can't
played on
save
single
manually.
player and made my character.
Oh, really? Oh.
Came out and that saved. Then I played with Mav 3-bit.
Yeah.
And then that saved there as their game with them.
Lupa,
And then I
Lupa,
played with Noof and it saved again. So I've got 3 different save files.
Lupa,
And
can I
go
ask you a
to-
question? Can I ask you a question? When you did that, did you start a new character each time, or did you
No.
use your same character?
Same character.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well,
basically,
then, yeah,
I
that was
built
just...
my character in single player, and then when I played with Mav, I had to build my character again in the multiplayer verse. But then that carried on with Noof and so on. So I've got 3 saves for 3 different 3 different types of playing: single player, multiplayer with Mav, and multiplayer with Noof.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
well,
didn't make them. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't make those saves. It did it automatically.
Yeah, there's actually 10 save slots that you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
see. Like, so like, and that's one thing that spread around like crazy too. Like, and it hasn't been a thing that's been an issue for
No.
any of the people that I've been playing with anyway. So, but as far as like the game goes too, like 3-Bit was like playing around, moving way ahead of all of us like he usually does, and blowing shit up. And he discovered he just by shooting the wall, like the walls will crumble, like the concrete walls and stuff. Like, so that was pretty impressive too.
You could blow up the machines. They've
Yeah.
got a life bar on them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a fun game. I mean, I played it with you guys. I played it with Jordan and them, and we were freaking.
I mean, it's
around.
not a AAA fucking game, is it?
No.
It's honestly, it's
indie dev
sometimes
game.
it feels like it, like with
Yeah, it does.
like it is a like a top-down shooter type game, but Jordan, it is like a top-down shooter, and there are some bugs for sure, but this is in no way a 3 out of 10. I don't know who did that. Who
Yeah,
rated
some
it 3 out of
publication
10,
called
but
Metro or something. Like,
Yeah.
they're on Metacritic.
Well, basically
Yeah.
on
Well-
Metacritic, what I've seen, they've got
I'm on
65% Metacritic. I've never even looked at a Metacritic score before. PC Gamer gives it 84%. Gamer gives it 3 out of 5, and Metacritic gives it 65%. That's
Yeah.
on.
I
the
mean,
internet.
we sort of know why it's a low score, like Lady sort of hinted on with MLB The Show. When you put games in the Xbox limelight of Game Pass right now, Game Pass is the industry sort of trend, and people are looking towards Game Pass to figure out where gaming is going in general. So they're sort of waiting for that fall moment for Game Pass. It feels like Game Pass, you're only renting games. They're just creating all these narratives, waiting for it to fail. It seems like. So with every game that's being introduced on Game Pass, is this sort of negativity around it. And it's kind of exhausting. Like, just play the game. Like MLB The Show. I seen this one reviewer. He would review MLB The Show every single year. Every single year it got 90, 91, 90, and he reviewed at least like 5 or 6 MLB The Shows. Then when it comes to Xbox, it's like his lowest score, even though he said it improved from the last year. So why do you guys think they do that? It's because of Xbox and this sort of negative connotation that is around at the Xbox brand and a bunch of different stuff. A lot of people last year had PlayStation, so this year it's sort of like it's like every year, every generation, it flip-flops of which consoles are sort of on the top. 360 was on top for a bit, then PlayStation 4 was on top, and now it feels like with Xbox's direction, where they're going, they are doing very well. And it's Game Pass. Game Pass is great. Try it out. Play the games. Flight Simulator, like, to me, for those people who are just complaining about it, I don't know what you were expecting. They literally scanned the entire world. Like, come on. Like, you could fly anywhere in the world. Like, is that not, to me, that's amazing.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's like, I crashed into my house like 3 times just for the fun of it, right? Flew to Arizona, flew to
You
Egypt.
came to see me.
Yeah, freaking Sedona and crazy environments. Like, I seen elephants and giraffes, right? This is like cool stuff like that. Like, to me, that's really cool. I normally don't play games like that. I'm more of a competitive, like, first person shooter type gamer, but sometimes I just like to not think and just do something like fly around. So that's where Flight Sim comes in. It's just very relaxing. I actually fell asleep to Flight Sim. I was flying to like a destination, and I was just like, this was very calming to my soul. And I put it on and just flew to different locations.
I can't believe
To be
it's on
fair, you
console.
fall asleep to everything.
You do,
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true. but it's a
Yeah, you
soothing.
actually asked me a question the other day, and
I did?
Yeah, like a week or two ago, and that you
Oh,
were
the
like very serious.
PlayStation?
Yeah, he was like, hey,
Oh my
like a
god.
week later, he's like, since you've had it for your PlayStation for a week, I want to know your thoughts.
He's like, I
yeah,
want
tell
a
me your
full
thoughts."
review.
He's like, I want a full review.
Oh, I forgot
So
about that.
I go into it, and then I realize when I'm done, he's been asleep the entire time.
And we had
Yeah.
to listen to
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah,
But you
So
know
thanks
what?
for that,
and that was
Frida.
just for you.
It put me to sleep. I was like, this is a good review. That's what I was thinking. You know, and then I fell asleep.
Like, I can't believe that Flight Sim is running on a freaking console. Like, as a
And
little
that is
kid,
extraordinary.
like growing up, to think you were gonna get that kind of experience playing on a freaking game console, my mind is actually blown. And it could potentially be blown more later this year. You know, with some of the games that are coming out, like Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite. But just to be honest, guys, like that's probably the most mind blowing thing I've ever played.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, it was just gorgeous. It's stunning. Surprisingly, I had a lot of fun. Like, if you caught my first stream when I was playing it, I
when you
pulled the
skid on the
Indiana
water.
Jones scene where I was
Yeah.
like almost hit a building because I fucked up trying to land. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make it. So I started pulling up. You know, then I was like, I wasn't gonna make it. And I like grazed a building like barely with my wheels, like as I'm climbing to the sky. And then I tried to pull off a solely water landing in a thunderstorm after going through some crazy weather in a 747. I mean, just like, then you just go and you start flying over Japan or Mount Everest or something, and you're like, oh my god, like it's so
Does anyone
amazing.
know if there's a mode where like you don't have to worry about like your speed or this or that?
Yeah,
Well,
they have
you can-
autopilot.
Yeah, you have the autopilot, which I did sometimes, like, because
fly for you.
I'm stubborn and I don't do tutorials sometimes.
Why didn't you just tell
So-
me that, man?
I don't know exactly. Like, I didn't know you didn't want to fly at all.
I mean, I just want to be able to like have fun with it. Like, I don't have
Yeah,
to worry about.
You can put it in the easy mode, and it's
Easy.
like,
I was
yeah,
gonna say easy.
you could take off no problem, and then it just autopilots, and it'll take you wherever you want to go, and you can control a little bit, but it's super easy. You don't have to worry about any of the other stuff. So
Okay.
Do you have a chance to play it, Pong?
oh yeah, I played Flight Simulator. What was the first night? Yeah, I took a trip from actual airport just north of me here and flew it into MSP, which is Minneapolis Airport, and no training, took off, landed. I've got on medium settings. I didn't do the hardcore yet, but did on the medium settings, flew in real time. So it was at night. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was so, I think everybody said it. It's just relaxing. It's just one of the best experiences that you can have if you just want to sit back and chill out, see some sights, look around, and just have your jaw drop like at what you're looking at, because there's moments where it's uncanny how realistic it looks. Yes, if you look super close or if you get down, all that kind of stuff. But when you're up in the air, honestly, it looks like you're flying over a city. It looks like it would any other time you've flown in real life and looked out your window. And to me, it was just fantastic. And I landed at MSP and parked my plane, my little Cessna, right next to the jumbos. And I just felt really cool. It took about an hour. I think it was up in the air for like an hour and 15 minutes of real flight time. But I didn't get done with it and go, man, that was a waste of time. I got done with a smile on my face, and I'm like, damn, that was fun. That was really fun, And I've done some of the discovery flights, so I've flown by the pyramids and stuff, and that was absolutely incredible. The scenery and Bora Bora was gorgeous. I mean, my God, just phenomenal looking, and just some of the screenshots you can get. That's the only thing I think it's missing is a photo mode. If they would put in a real photo mode, man, that would be incredible. So. Yeah,
they
no,
kind of have one. I mean,
they kind of do, but it's you know what I'm saying, like a classic photo mode where you just pause it and just go right into a photo mode and kind of get your own shot. But you're right, you can do it.
Did you show your wife, Pong?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she was
Did she
stunned.
think it was cool?
Yeah, she was stunned. She's not a video gamer, so
yeah.
She goes, but she did. She got her eyes got big, and she was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Yeah." So no, it was it is amazing. Like you said, it is just simply magic that they could get this onto the consoles. Again, to think that they've mapped the entire world is just wow. I mean, it's just, and that's why when people complain, I just laugh. So you guys have no idea. I mean, it's just like stupid. The entire planet is in this game. Like, that's just stupid crazy. I don't care what the cars look like. I don't care that the roads aren't perfect. I don't care about any of that. The entire world is in there, and everything is just absolutely gorgeous when you're up in the sky. I just love it. So, and obviously, you know, I don't know if you guys have read some of the articles or stuff of real pilots that use Flight Simulator, and they say it's just it's insane, the details that the average person won't ever know about, because if you've never flown a plane, you wouldn't think about them or care about them. But they said that there is so much detail in this game that it's hard to comprehend, on top of the entire world being available for you to fly anywhere, that they've realized flying a plane so realistically across so many different aircraft is mind-boggling to them. And it really is a flight sim. You know, I've said that I'm sad my stepdad's no longer around. He was a airline mechanic for over 25 years for one of the major airlines, and he got to actually go and try out the actual simulators back in the day when they had the big giant ones for the pilots, because he knew everybody. He'd been there forever, so they let him go fly planes in there. And if I had this now, I'd be bringing my Series X over to his house, because I know he would just sit there in awe. And he was never a video game player, but man, would he be he'd want to play this so bad. And it's crazy. I grew up around airplanes, so for me, this is just cool. I love it.
Yeah, Kate actually showed me that picture. Do you want to?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you guys see? It was someone's father. He was like in his 60s or 70s.
Yes.
And he bought a Series, I think S.
Yep.
Just
I
because of
saw
Flight
that
Sim.
shit.
Never played video games.
He had a printout of like the controller. I was like, that is so cute. Oh, I thought it was really sweet.
That's the power of like these kind of things too. Like it's like games aren't always what you think they are. It's not like, it doesn't have to be the next third person, you know, over the shoulder action game. It doesn't have to be the next first person shooter. It doesn't have to be the next big free to play multiplayer experience. It can be something like this that's completely different than everything else, but still masterfully made by Asobo. Like, just absolutely well done. To the point where it's blowing people's minds that aren't gamers, and it's catching their attention, right? And it's bringing more people to the platforms and the ecosystems and stuff, and it's just like adding variety. The other cool thing is knowing, because Xbox is like forward thinking with compatibility and stuff with their games and their dedication to preserving them, I feel like this is something that's going to live in Game Pass. And let's say 10 years from now, if I get a new Xbox device, this game will probably be better than it is today and still running on that game, and I'll have access to it. Right? Yep. So it's like a level of like security that you have with these kind of experiences, knowing that like, hey, your purchase and your, you know, or your subscription or whatever your means of accessing this content is like a worthwhile investment, because it's going to stay, you know, like,
Does it make any of you want to get the flight stick thing?
Yeah.
The Thrustmaster,
I'm thinking about getting one of them. Yeah, there's supposed to be more next year coming out too.
That sounds like something else, lady.
It's a total thing. No, it's a total thing. They have it for like Forza and shit like that. It's like a brand, Thrustmaster brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said the same thing, Kate, because I used to work at GameStop. Every time I had to like fucking price it, and they were like the Thrustmaster. I was like,
Thrustmaster. Oh, that's not it.
No, I just think it's cool too, like you were just talking about, Mavler, like Shizno said in there, like with Game Pass, this coming to Game Pass, how many people have discovered that they actually enjoy flight sim that they never would have, right? Shizno said it. He said he didn't think he'd like it, but they actually made it fun, and now he's thinking about getting the stick, right? I mean, that's the crazy part about this, and that's the best part about something like Game Pass. It lets people find these interesting titles, content that they never would have tried before, and all of a sudden they realize they like them. And like you just said, Mav, games come in so many different forms, and for all these people out here trying to scream this down that it's not a game, that's bullshit, man. It always has been a game. It's as much as a game as a driving simulator like Gran Turismo is, or like Forza Motorsport is. It's the same concept.
Or Power Washer Simulator.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know,
it's still
and people
like
are
a
using
game.
that narrative to try and say like because it's
Downplay.
highly rated by a lot of people.
Yep.
People are
Is it
using
great?
like, oh well, it's not a game, so technically Xbox still doesn't have any games.
Just-
You know, it's
it's
just
just-
But the great thing about Game Pass is all you ever lose is your time. If you don't
Right.
like a game,
Correct.
you just, okay, put it back in Game Pass and don't play it. You don't have to shit on it.
Right. Exactly.
Just leave other people to have their fun.
Just fun.
You've not lost anything. Maybe half an hour of your time. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
And that's what's so good about Game Pass is, and people keep messing about, but if you look at most of the gamer tags that are writing this crap in Twitter, the PlayStation guys,
Oh, of course. Of course.
all of them. So you've just got to say, nah, oh well, can't be bothered.
there's also this
anymore.
other thing I'm noticing, Lupa, and that comes from people in this community and other communities and everything. It's why do you have to like make sure that people know something that you don't like?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just beyond me
So-
because I don't play Twitter very often. But it's beyond me why they can't just go, oh well, I don't like it. But now I need to tell everybody else I don't like it.
Right, you have to put out on Twitter in the world, hey, I don't like
Yeah.
this. I think this game is bad, or this game isn't for me. You know what I mean? Like so that's cool, like and all, but like, why don't you talk about something that is for you?
Yeah.
Instead,
Unless
you
it's
know what I mean?
really-
Like,
10
why are you
people-
putting? If I don't like something, I don't care about it or play it. Like, why would I talk about it?
unless something is
Exactly.
like
You know?
ultra trash, then I'll talk about
Right.
it has to be really bad. Otherwise, my Twitter is
Unplayable.
talking about friggin' all the stuff I love, right? Like Halo.
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
whatever,
You
so.
wouldn't talk about a game you have no interest in. But out of so many people, a percentage of them aren't going to like something. That's natural human behavior. So not everybody likes everything. Otherwise, we would all be the same, and that would be pretty boring. So some people, like, I'm not hyped for Flight Sim. I can see the technology and I can see how amazing it is, and I'm glad everybody's enjoying it, but it's not for me. I am going to give it a go because it is in Game Pass and I don't have to fork out cash for it. So I will give it a go and see whether I like it or not. I probably won't because it'd probably be too boring for me, but I need to look at my house. No, I'll just walk outside and look at my house. But
Yeah.
this is just me being funny.
And I
but-
understand let's say somebody played the game, they want to give feedback. Yeah, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? But like some people just never even touch it. It's like,
Exactly.
say-
They don't like it because it's a simulator
Right.
and not a game. It's a load of rubbish.
Or they don't even give feedback. Like if they were
No,
going to do,
they just say, I don't like it.
right,
and
right.
that's
If you're
it.
going to give constructive feedback and like say, hey, this is a criticism. I played this game. I didn't like this part because of this. Cool. That's fine. We can open a discussion that way and have a discussion on Twitter about it. But just to go through everybody's feed and find somebody saying that they like something and walking in there and go, I hated it. This is terrible. It's trash. What is that? What is that? That's like me going to
doesn't
Nintendo and going
sound-
underneath every Zelda post and going, I don't like Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
Sonic's
It
better.
happens all the time. Maybe
Right.
welcome
It's
to
like me
Twitter.
going, I don't
Right,
like
I
that
know.
damn blue hedgehog.
Right.
I
Right.
don't. It's
I
as
know.
simple as that. But it's not that I don't like the games or there's anything wrong with the game. It's just that blue bloody hedgehog grates on me because I can't catch the bugger.
Right, right.
So
I
I
just don't
keep
understand the
it for me.
concept. It's
Yeah,
just, the
exactly.
concept is foreign to me to go around spreading negativity like that, just to spread negativity, just to be negative for the
Yeah.
simple fact of being that. It just, I don't get it. I never will.
No, but then they put it out there
Yeah.
and then I don't like it. So then
Yeah.
people comment and they're like, no, well, you mustn't like it either, or I won't be your friend. That's the sort of impression that they're
Right.
trying to get. Everybody has to like it in my community around me, because if you don't like it, if you like it, then I'm not going to be your, like, you can't be in
Yeah.
our ring. Like,
Right.
it's ridiculous. It's like, that's what they're doing it for. They're trying to get everybody else to dislike it also. That's the only reason you would do it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why, but yes, that's could definitely be a possibility as to why. It's just stupid to me, but whatever.
Me too.
Yeah, at least when if you like Pong was saying, constructive criticism makes me respect other reviewers who are even PlayStation centric. Like, they give their reasons for why they hate X, Y, and Z and how they can make it better. Makes you could see the really good reviewers from the bad reviewers. Where, for example, MLB The Show, he was saying, "Oh, am I
Yeah,
good?
You're back now. You're back now. So
He
Okay.
wasn't
cut out.
botting for me.
I think
Oh,
it
he
was you,
totally.
Pong.
Oh, okay. He totally cut out for me. Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
calm
Sorry.
down
Sorry,
there,
3-bit.
Pong.
No.
Whoa.
I just let him know. I wasn't hyped. I just
No,
let him know.
I'm good now."
Yes, on my
Okay.
end.
As long as
Alright.
Pong says so.
Well, I was just saying with the MLB The Show, like that was a bad review in my opinion, because he was saying, "Oh yeah, it improved everything from last year, but it lower score." And if you're gonna like hate on something, like with PlayStation saying like, "Hey, these are things you can improve on," like your cloud saves is very complicated. Is there a way you can make it better? Here's Xbox as an example. Or with Nintendo, "Hey, your online services are just trash. Can you just make it better?" Or with Xbox, like, "Hey, these Game Pass games, can this be better?" Like, just like give examples to how you can make something better rather than just saying, "Hey, this is trash." Because what can people do with that information? I know there's a whole other side of YouTube that loves that and loves the negativity, and they embrace the negativity, and they're like, this is our whole content, this is our whole spiel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can get out of that. There's only so much you can get out of the community of that, and really anything. I'm just, let's play games. Let's be awesome.
Halo Infinite.
Halo. Oh yeah, I can't wait to play that in a bit. Yeah.
Is
that
there
a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Is
I
there
feel like we didn't talk about that enough.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that a little bit more.
Are we? Okay, let's do that.
Let's just play it instead of talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
think-
yeah, sure.
I think that's what I
We
want.
got to all of our topics, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we're like short on people. We're missing Psycho. We're missing a guest. Like I think we've had like a guest for like every episode for like a long time.
Yeah,
Dude, we've been having like 10
Crazy.
people panels, 10 people panels.
Crazy. It feels so small right now. There's still 6.
I
of
don't
us.
mind
Yeah.
it though. I feel
Yeah.
like I like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and we're not gonna have a guest again next week. We're gonna just go with the Magnificent 7 as well. Psycho will be joining in for a little bit next week, and then the week after that, we do have 2 guests lined up. Announcement on that. And it's been a fun show though. Like I got some things out of my system. Like I've been building up with like the cloud save stuff and like the storage thing, right? And I don't really like to go there sometimes because I like to try and keep it about Xbox. But when I'm noticing that stuff, it makes me think about how underappreciated it is with Xbox with some of that, right? And that's kind of where I would like try and think about with that. And then plus what a week it's been for Xbox. Not only is PlayStation making them look smarter, but then also you have some good games coming out back to back. And that we didn't even get to like other games that people are loving right now, like Omno.
Yeah.
I want to play
Death's
that so
Door.
bad. I'm refusing to play it until I can finish all the other games that I have. But
Death's Door is freaking amazing.
Death's
Death's
Door,
Door is
like a lot of
something
people's
that-
game of the year right now.
a lot of
Very
people are loving
close. It's hard to choose because It Takes Two is a co-op experience, which is really, really fun. But then you've got Death's Door, which is single player, and it's like, well, they're both tie-in for me right now. For first place.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a good
freaking-
week, and it's
I
gonna
haven't
keep
gotten far
on
into
going.
Death's Door. I'm trying to finish all the other fucking games I'm half started on. So I told myself
Yeah.
before I do anything else, I'm finishing something.
There is a
something.
lot of games coming up.
So many.
And
And then there was the sale, so I've got loads more from there.
Yep.
Oh, you bought
Oh.
stuff? Because I just stared
Oh,
at
yeah.
it long.
No, I got
I bought stuff
the
too.
Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, which
Oh
is
yeah, me too,
Ninja
Lupa.
Theory.
Right before this podcast.
Yeah.
I
I
bought it.
got Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, Hitman 3,
Oh
and
boy.
a couple of
You
others
went
I
on a
can't
spree.
remember. Yeah,
Wow,
why
nice,
not? At bloody
nice.
that percentage off. Why wouldn't you?
What's definitive
Yeah.
edition? What's the DMC? What does it cost?
It's £7 to me, so about £9.80 to you. $9.
So $10. So $10. I might have to
$10,
pick that
but
up.
$9 I think it is.
That's
what
Ninja
Art
Theory
said.
action game at its
Yeah,
finest.
it's Ninja Theory.
A lot of people didn't like that game because like they're hardcore Devil May Cry fans, and it was very like different like for Devil May Cry. But if you just play that game and you don't necessarily like have this like, oh, this has to be like this, you know?
Yeah.
It's a really well made.
It's an awesome game.
It's great.
I started playing on PS4. It's amazing.
I beat. That's one of the action games I beat like last. It had me hooked all the way through. I actually enjoyed it more than Devil May Cry 5. So that's just
which
me.
Devil May Cry?
Huh?
Which Devil May Cry?
The newest one, Devil May Cry. Is it 5?
5.
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
5 is the newest. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
tried
5 is
5.
nice.
I couldn't really.
I can't. I've
it
tried like
grabbed
3
me,
times to
be
get
fair.
into it.
I just can't.
I like DMC the best so far.
Mm.
I had a long conversation about this with Ains and them actually.
Yeah, DM's Devil May Cry guys would like just like shoot you down 100% because
I know they would.
Yeah.
But I connected with the story like way faster, and I actually like every time I play DMC, I'm able to like get through it and enjoy it longer than the other games. Like it's just how I feel. I think the boss battles in DMC was awesome. Like it was really creative. I think Ninja Theory is just really good at like balancing like some of the weapons you get. You can have like the same weapon, but the way they introduce like the combos, it makes you feel like really smart. Even if it's like a simple button press. Like I like DMC way more than a lot of the other Devil May Cries, and I know that's controversial for a lot of people because when that game came out, they were like, "Oh, this is trash because it's not our Dante and he's too emo and like Twilight and all this other stuff." But I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot more than the other ones actually.
Any other besides what we know is all coming in the fall? Any other game coming out soon that y'all are excited for?
Coral Islands.
Hades.
That's the one you
Coral
always say,
Islands.
lady.
I know.
Coral Islands. When does that come
12
out?
minutes.
It's supposed to come out in November. The alpha is going right now, and I kickstarted it, so I have alpha access, but I don't want to play it, so
Right on.
I'm gonna wait to play it for launch.
I'll try it when it comes
No,
out.
you won't.
Is
Don't
it on
do it.
Xbox?
Yes, I believe it's gonna be on Xbox. I think I'm purchasing it on my Switch. Just because I play those games more handheld
Yeah.
kind of thing. Either that or PC, but Switch is probably gonna be what I do it on. You if you don't play Stardew and if you don't play those types of games, then it's not gonna be like for you. I would never push that genre on anybody. Like I just wouldn't, because I know that it's not for everybody. Like I know that that's not a genre that's for everybody.
Is it multiplayer? Or is it just like single player?
It's gonna be single player mainly. I think they're gonna have multiplayer things. They got to a Kickstarter point that is giving them multiplayer options, but it's gonna be like not like actual multiplayer, like farming with friends or whatever.
Cool.
But it's gonna be for the genre. It's gonna be pushing the limits, and it's gonna change the genre, just the things that they have in line for it. So it's awesome. I'm excited for it.
Got lots of awesome stuff. Like Spooky just said in the chat, we got Back for Blood beta next month coming. Then there's also the Aliens Fireteam Elite.
Jasper.
Oh, sorry,
Hades.
Jasper.
Hades.
Stable.
Yeah, Hades,
Oh,
Hades is
yeah,
coming.
Hades.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for
Psychonauts
Hades.
2 is coming next month.
Oh, Back for Blood is next month. There's too many.
Back,
games.
Back
beta.
for Blood
Back
is the
for
beta.
Blood's the beta is this week, this coming up week. If, you had
if you-
alpha access
Yeah.
or
Or if you
you
pre-order.
pre-ordered.
Yep.
I think
I
did
had alpha
PC.
access, so I already have my code for
Nice.
I just
I,
wish Stray
yeah.
was coming to Xbox. So I'm so gutted. That it-
Lady, are you gonna play on Xbox? Or
I'll
you gonna
play
play on
that for
PC
you,
this
Lupa.
time?
I actually have a code
you play
for
it for me
PC
then.
and for Xbox, so
Nice.
finding
Nice.
on either of them. I'm probably going to be mainly playing on my Xbox, but
Cool.
yeah.
I think I just got the PC, but I have to double check. For the code.
There's full co-op
Mean,
though, or there's full
Frigid Spirits?
crossplay, which I would hope that they're going to take advantage of in the beta. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be expected. It's cool
Yeah.
because they're gonna have 5 playable characters. In alpha, they had 4. They're adding mom to the playable characters this time, and all of the weapons,
Nice.
and like 4 playable ridden.
Are they gonna
which
do
is cool.
cards this time, or gonna be use the cards?
You were able to use the cards in alpha.
Oh, were you? I didn't know because I
Yeah.
wasn't on PC, so I didn't realize if they had done
Oh
that. or
yeah,
not.
yeah. No,
Okay.
they had the
Okay.
cards. There was, I don't think they had every card or
Okay.
all of them, but
Yeah.
they the cards will be usable, which I mean,
Cool.
I think it adds just such a fucking fantastic element to the game. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I am ready for next Friday, I think it is. And then the following week is going to be open beta for everybody. So it's fun times. It's a fantastic game. I don't know if anybody else played alpha, but I mean, it was fucking fun. It's just fun,
I
4-player,
wanted to,
fucking
but-
horde mode, fun zombie, kill them all. Good shit. And then yeah, with the ridden playable, I think that bumps up to like a 5-player mode to where it's almost like evolve. Is it Evolve? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of that game, right?
Yeah.
Where like you have the
Evolve was,
monster and then the 4 players.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm fucking excited. It's probably one of my like top 5 that I've been looking forward to this year. So super stoked for that.
Cool.
Yeah, I
There's
really want to
also
try Back for
Riders
Blood.
Republic that should be out. this
Oh yeah,
year.
Riders Republic. Yeah, that's coming. And
Far
like
Cry 6.
it's crazy.
Is
like,
that also this year? Or
Yeah,
is
it's
it
this
that-
year,
Yeah.
bro. That's
Yeah,
this year, man. It's
October.
like it's coming soon. You know, there's a few months away. We're about to be like bombarded with awesomeness. Is Pong frozen? Okay, there he is. I think.
Am I
you're con-
back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
There's that Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. That's
Yeah.
also
Is that this year?
October
Dang.
26.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got Battlefield 20 October 22, Guardians 26, and then you've got Riders of the Republics in October. No, Far Cry, sorry, is in October. I don't even know how we're supposed to play all of these. And then Forza obviously is in November. Oh my
And
gosh,
Halo's gonna be
that's without
November
all the
probably,
indies
too,
I
so.
want to play. Damn.
So guys, well that's
Dying Light
gonna-
2, December.
Dying Light 2. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I put on Twitter the
Yeah.
other day. I forgot
my
that was
gosh.
coming this year.
You
Yeah,
guys mentioned like a
insane.
bunch of games I forgot was coming out this year.
No
Um,
Horizon
crazy.
Zero Dawn though. Or
No,
Horizon.
that's
Forbidden West.
2022.
Yeah, it's probably, it
Horizon
looks like
Forbidden
it's gonna be
West, thank you.
2022.
What
Yeah.
PlayStation got this year?
We all knew that was gonna happen though. Like
Of course
nobody.
we
Yeah.
did.
Like I
Like, they
told
put
I
up
told
fake
3-bit
dates.
earlier, Xbox is handling the holiday lineup for Xbox and PlayStation this year.
Yeah.
So, um,
Oh,
It-
with,
it's
Death.
it's crazy. Like there's not much, you know what I mean. But we got on PlayStation side, I got Kina. I'm looking forward to that. And
That
I'm
got
looking-
pushed back too. A month.
Yeah, a month.
Yep.
It's still this year though, so I'm
Yeah.
holding out hope that no more.
I don't
delays
think
in
it will.
Yeah,
I
probably
mean,
not.
just the gameplay of it. Like, I don't think it's not like it's got co-op and all the like things behind it like that. So
There's
I'm
that
excited for that
Stray
one.
game that
On
Lupa was
PC.
talking about. Is that
Playing
Stray
that
this
on
year?
PC.
Lupa?
Nope. Stray got pushed to 2022.
Fucking.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
have
really?
not heard about
Yeah.
the squishy
Oh,
noise
shoot.
game. Somebody Scorn.
Scorn, yeah.
Scorn.
Where
Oh,
is
yeah.
Supposed to be.
Scorn?
Where's Scorn and where's Crossfire X? Those are
Ooh,
supposed to
we
be
haven't
this year.
seen those. They're gonna be delayed. I'm
They
waiting
might get
for it.
delayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would make sense too. They really don't need them. So, I mean, they really don't. So early next year, it'd be perfect time. January,
So it's
February.
the only like future game for PlayStation coming out is the Xbox game, the Deathloop. Is that the only
The
one?
only
Deathloop.
That's all they got
AAA
at the moment.
for the
Yeah.
holiday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yep.
interesting.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, Kenna.
And Kenna. Yeah, Kenna's
yeah.
not triple A, but it's still highly
Yeah.
wanted. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, they don't have anything else. So they're out. So they carried the beginning of this year, and Xbox is going to carry the end.
You know what? But
that's
they're
how this
supposed to
And
be
is.
in a-
into the
there's supposed to
future by
be-
years and years and years.
There's supposed to be a PlayStation event at some point. I think what they'll probably do is do another director's cut, but for Last of Us 2.
Yeah, if they can get it out.
Bloody
and
director's
probably
cut is
add,
just
like,
another word
multiplayer.
for let me have your money, I'm going to rip you off.
Yeah, but they're going to give them everybody the multiplayer that they
A
promised.
load
them.
of
Yeah,
bollocks.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
thinking it's going to
Exactly
come.
what's gonna
We
happen.
get multiplayers on Xbox without having to pay for them. How amazing is that?
It's just interesting. It maybe
Yeah.
maybe GTA 5 definitive edition or director's
Oh, yeah,
cut.
for
Are they gonna call that? No, I'm just kidding. They can't do that. It's a Rockstar game, but they're gonna resell that game too, and it's gonna be it's gonna sell. So there's that. I bet they're gonna. Remember that's what kicked off the first PlayStation event, right? So that's probably gonna make a impression again. It's one of their events coming up, and maybe that's gonna be where they announce the date for it, unless it already has a release date announced. I'm not sure.
Mike
but-
Lowry reminded me one of the gunk.
Yep. The gunk. Yep.
Is that this year? That's gonna be
Yeah.
moved.
Still slated
no?
for fall, yeah.
Yeah.
whether or
Because they
not it-
showed it in their roadmap for the fall.
Yeah, they
so
did, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Along with Score.
But Psychonauts 2 and the Gunk and Forza Horizon 5. Then we already had Flight Simulator. Then we're having Halo Infinite. Plus you got Back for Blood and Game Pass. You got Hades and Game Pass.
Yep.
Hades definitely one of mine.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty crazy. And then on my PlayStation, I'll be able to play an Xbox game too. So I'm super happy about that. Gonna love it. Hey, guys, that's gonna do it for the show. I gotta go help out with Kate downstairs. We got something share with my daughter real quick, but it's been.
Did she start a fire?
Right?
No.
You rioting?
I have, like something like a. Something.
Oh.
But-
Poor baby.
Hey, everybody, it's been absolutely awesome. And hey, extraordinary AssassinLupa, please let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Xbox Ultimate here every Friday night. You can find me on Twitter at AssassinLupa and on Xbox Live if you want a game. I'm game. Catch all gaming, guys. Good night. Great show. Chat, you're awesome. Psycho, we miss you. And I'll see you all next week.
Yep. See y'all next week, lady. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me here on Fridays. You can find me on Wednesdays with Game Beyond the Box and Tuesdays with the Players of Everything, Masters of None. And on Twitter at lady_AF. That's LAIDY_AF.
Awesome.
Not as in Aunt Flo, as in.
Yes, not as an inflow, as an
There you go.
spot.
And for my wife, Kate, you can find her at KaitlinX0615 on Twitter, and here on the channel as well. And hey, Pong, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me Pong Soul everywhere, Xbox, Twitter, you know the drill. And otherwise, tomorrow morning, episode 18, Living Split Screen, Steel Rain, and myself are back 10 a.m.
18
Eastern, 9
already,
o'clock.
wow.
I know, right? Crazy. It's just insane. 9 o'clock Central Time, 3 p.m. UK time. Come check us out, Living Split Screen, all one word. And then otherwise, you can find me. Actually, the shop is taking a week off, so I will not be doing the shop on Saturday night, which is too bad because I love being there as well. But otherwise, Tuesday, I will be back on with, of course, Mr. Boomstick, Zemi Games, 3-Bit, and myself on Xbox Factor Podcast, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. And then back here again next Friday on the Xbox Ultimate. And who knows where else I'll show up. So keep your eyes and ears open. But chat, it was amazing to see you all. Thank you all. It has been one long week. Sorry I got here late, everybody, but I love you. Respect you for coming out and supporting us each and every week. And we can't do this without you as always. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Fam, it was great to be here. Psycho, I hope you're having a fantastic vacation, brother, trip, whatever you want to call it. I hope you're having a good time out there and can't wait to see you back. So otherwise, I'll check you later. Play what you love what you play.
Absolutely, man. And the amazingly talented 3-Bit. Where can everybody find your awesomeness?
Everyone can follow me on the Twitters at TheVideoGamesHD. My YouTube channel is TheVideoGamesHD. I am here every Friday. I am on Xbox Factor as well with the mighty Pong and Zemi. And then Fun Pop, which is taking a little bit of a break. So you guys could find me on those shows. Other than that, Mav streams when we're going to be playing Halo, probably right after this. So look out for us if you want to check out our thoughts, our extended thoughts on Halo Infinite and what we think about it as we play it. So I'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you, sir. And again, shout out to the chat. I see lots of awesome people out there.
Shout out to Psycho. Also, forgot about that.
We got Basement Radio Arcade Podcast. We got.
I've never heard anybody say it like that.
Yeah, I know. B-rap.
Brap.
Brap.
I
Yeah,
call
I
it
always say-
brap. I'm
I
like,
always
in my
say
head,
B-rap.
it's brap. I don't know.
I know. I say B-rap. I don't know. And then it's all BitCloud Gaming hanging out in there. Spooky, Jigga J, La Hellboy,
Infinite.
Infinite, Mike Lowry,
Cyber Gunter.
Yep. Just like and lots more. You guys all rock. Thank you so much for all the times you show up and hanging out for our streams, our shows, or anything. Remember, you can find this podcast and more on Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Also on Twitter, you can find updates on the shows and everything on Twitter at Fun Speculation. So we have Mavin Fancy Show is Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And as 3-Bit alluded to, we are taking a hiatus from Fun Pop as Psycho is out of town right now on this much needed siesta. And when he gets back, we'll get ramping back up on Fun Pop. And that's usually Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. So thank you to the panel. You guys all are amazing. Love you all. And to the chat, thank you. Have a super fun time tonight playing Halo Infinite if you got in. If not, play something else.
Or the
You'll have
Ascent.
some fun too.
The
Or
Ascent.
Flight
Yes.
Sim. Lots of
Last
cool
Stop.
shit out there.
Last Stop, Death's Door,
Omno.
Chris Tales. Go
Omno.
get it. Yes, there's so much.
And
Get it.
check out the sale. It's got some
Oh, yeah,
awesome
the
stuff in
sale.
Yeah,
it.
check out the sale.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Catch you all.